Welcome everyone to the Lotus Sanctum. My name is Chris, and this message is just gonna be me tapping into Source, tapping into Goddess and my spirit team, and seeing what message that they would like to communicate with you. Um, Something that is coming through is tapping into your dark stories. What does that look like? I know this is not for all, and there are a few people that are curious to move into these stories and that are surprised when acknowledging that they are curious about them, that there is a bit of this sadistic and or masochist type of expression coming through. And so the focus that I'm gonna go on right now is, how do you make peace with the fact that this is showing up? How do you get into a place where you can be a little at ease, even though this is what's showing up? And it's knowing that you're not intentionally going here to cause and or create harm for another individual. Um, and it's to support and be in this playful place. There's times where we do inflict harm onto some, consciously or unconsciously, intentionally or unintentionally, and then sometimes it's not that you're causing harm necessarily, but it's just a trigger for someone. And so it's having the capacity to move through those emotions, those thoughts, those understandings, those realizations, and to choose how to be more conscious, how to be a bit more aware, how to be intentional with the way you show up, with every move you make, not to control yourself, but to be aware of it, to learn what you are needing to learn, and to move through it. That's something that you get to move through. Life will show you where you've hurt yourself, even, and where you've tended to yourself. The aspects of yourself that you've maybe pushed away, and when you're in such a vulnerable place, you get to meet the aspects of you that wish to, that are finally acknowledged, that are finally heard. In those places, it's quite beautiful when your soul gets to just be itself. Um, Sorry. Um, and it's a joy in the fact that this aspect of you that you may have pushed aside gets to finally show up, gets to finally be home, gets to be embraced and given love, nourished. Eventually, that aspect begins to find the words to be able to express itself and to move further along as it integrates into you, back into you, and you get to nurture it. and you get to learn how to communicate what had happened and how to move through it. And you learn to see patterns, skills, even that, sorry about that again, that wish to see itself through. Um, it's like an unfinished project that just has to be put out. And when you realize that the more you have unfinished projects, the more you have unfinished um, complete expressions and emotional releases, when you realize that you are wanting and needing to fully put out what is intended, and without completing it, it doesn't allow you to move forward because you're carrying a baggage, a weight that was dampened and or partially that is filled with mixed emotions and feelings. And so it's to clear out your own system within. um Sometimes it's saying to those projects, those unfinished businesses, those unfinished stories, some of them, not all, a lot of them don't have this capacity, some of them, just to let them know, you know what, I know this was something intended then. I don't know if it's available right now. I don't know if this is something that's intended to move forward. What can we do to put an end to this and then create something new? And you'll understand what those stories are, and you will come up with the um, solutions that are needed for you to move through them. You will find practices. So this type of cleansing can be a practice that you incorporate when needed. You can do it for a period of time um where you do it every day, where you do it every month, or every week. And then sometimes you just do it for a season and then you don't need it. And then sometimes you just do it once out of the year and then you don't need it. It's a way to cleanse your system, to acknowledge and gauge where you have been, where you are going, how you have um, approached certain experiences, and you're wondering, okay, was it actually effective for me? Did I get to the place that I had intended to? Um, and is it something that I want to move forward with, or am I ready to let go of it? Or is it that it was just meant to get me going, but where to move about it, the details of it, it just may not be so clear. And so, whatever the case may be, allowing yourself to sit with it and know that sometimes some projects, they're not meant to be completed and expressed right away. Sometimes it is a process of you starting something and stopping, starting and then stopping. Um, and that itself is the journey. And it's having the capacity to be like, okay, this is where I'm going. And this is how I'm doing it. This is how I am moving through it. And to understand what is needed for you to move. And even for your motivation to move. Like, is it something you need to be inspired in? Or is it that you're just moving just cause? Or is it a self motivation? Or is it a certain object that gives you a sudden inspiration? Um, whatever the case may be, Have the courage to move through what you need to. Have the courage to show up and to experience the full spectrum of your own expression. The full spectrum of your expression is the essence that you get to emanate. The essence you get to emanate is what people get to bask in, what people get to um, indulge in, um, and you know that when you are acknowledged in that space, um, people just, it's more like you want to give back to them, and you're like, thank you for seeing this, because I feel really grounded in myself, which then allows me to hold space for you. And that little reciprocal exchange just becomes a beautiful magic that is created. And that memory, that little moment, begins to inspire you in ways that you may have not known was possible. And it also can be something that you get to remember when you want to be inspired and when you want to be turned on. And that is just magical and beautiful. And you just get to be the fullest and most um a fullest and most expressed version of you into this earth, into this land, into your being. And your soul gets to carry that to its next life, to its next form of expression. We never stop expressing ourselves. And now it's just the vibrancy, the frequency that we express at. That is what we get to choose. That is what we choose to shift. And so, what is it going to take for you to do what you truly, genuinely want to? What is going to inspire you? What is going to move you? What is going to push you over the edge? What is going to make you take that trusted fall off the edge? What's going to allow you to be in your magic and to genuinely be. It's not even speak or do, it's be. This beingness, this knowingness of your expression of what is um, intended for you and how you move through life. What is this being? Who is this being? Um, that's something magical. I don't know if this is true for all, but I know this may be true for some, which is when you get to see yourself in your own beauty, in the way you move, in the way you express, the way you breathe, the way you eat, the way you take in nourishment, the way you speak, the way you adorn yourself. That version of you, that aspect, that witnessing, it might scare you and make you feel a little bit shy and uncomfortable. And so sometimes it makes it a little bit easier for you to see yourself when you see it through other people's lens. When you see someone else admire your beauty, you're like, oh, okay, I am beautiful. makes it a little bit easier to digest that, to be able to take in your beauty. It's through a misted lens, like a frosted lens. You get to see yourself. And so what happens when you see yourself genuinely, authentically see yourself in its expression, in its messiness, in its stories? You just get to see yourself. What happens there? And how do you get to become okay with the experiencing of yourself? What's the magic there? What's the beauty there? Um, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Um, I thought I would have more coming through, but no, my body and my brain just is like, we're done here? Okay. So, since we are done here, I'm gonna be leaving the message at that. I will speak to you guys soon, and um, yeah, I'll see you guys on the other side. Bye.